Bob, how are you and your giant balls this morning?
Oh yes, everything seems to be fine. I said to you after my crash the other day, I said, you know what, I got to get home and take an inventory, make sure everything's still there. It's a couple of inches to the left or right would have been just an absolute disaster.
I told these guys, this is what bicycles are like. We're like, oh, everything's okay. No, there's nothing broken. Okay, I'm fine. Let's keep riding.
Let's keep riding. Yes, get back on our bikes. Let's keep going.
Okay,
and then the guy who drove me off the path, he wanted to stay and chat for some reason, and
we were evaluating if we got Poison Oak rescuing you from the ditch because our legs were starting to tingle, and they were like, "Yeah, put beer on that." And we're like, "Oh, shut up."
Beer on it, sure, internet troll. We'll put beer on our legs. That's a great idea. Thank you.
All right, for those of you that have just tuned in, Bob Cesca and I went for a bike ride in D.C. this weekend, and somebody passed you like on the left, right, like a little too
suddenly
close.
Appeared on my wheel and screamed, "On your left!" And that startled me, and then I lost control of my bike and did like a Toonces the driving cat off the cliff. Right into
the ditch.
Yeah, it was like a ravine. It was like a steep slope through pricker bushes and trees.
Poison
and all
oak.
Kinds of
we don't know.
Poison oak. Yeah, snakes down there. That was the first thing I warned you about on that trail. I said, "Get ready, Stephanie. There's probably going to be snakes on the trail."
Do not show. Oh my God!
I still got that.
Oh
Stephanie,
yeah. See,
that's America's ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I
had to go down the ravine and save America's crown jewels, for God's sake.
You did. You're just like a team. You could fit inside one of my legs, and you were able to haul me out of there because my left leg was trapped between my bicycle and this tree. And I couldn't free myself. I was upside down.
No, seriously, Chris, if you could have seen, I looked down the ravine, and first of all, Bob Cesca is 6'4", so when that tree falls in the forest, it definitely makes a sound.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was like, "Oh my God, Bob, are you?" And then I looked down, I was like, "Oh my God!" He was upside down in a bush on his bike, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was trying to maneuver the bike seat around your, America's jewels because you're a large man. Can I just say you're a very large man? And I was like, oh my God. I was thinking of Kimberly. I was like, I can't. Because when we pulled the wrong way, you were like, ow, ow.
I was just laying there going, please God, let everything be okay. I feel a little bit, there's some weird sensations happening here. I hope it's not disastrous.
Right. Well, let me just say, God bless you and God bless the United States. God, you and America's jewels are all right.
God bless the United States.
Okay, so
Toonces the driving cat. That is me. Yeah.
You have not lived till you've seen a 6'4" man go off a cliff into a ditch. Okay, Bob.
I said nothing is funnier than seeing a tall man fall down.
It's not funny.
It's just inherently
I'm laughing
funny.
now.
Have you ever seen? Yeah, our friend John Fugelsang used to host America's Funniest Home Videos, and anytime there was a tall guy falling down, I was there laughing. And see, that's the comeuppance I get. That's the karma.
There you go. And you did get hit in the balls, which is also the funniest thing that ever happened.
Yes.
Right on the yes. Okay, so speaking of health issues, Family Research Council tweeted, "Abortion is never medically necessary to save the life of the mother." And you just said report this tweet for obvious health disinformation. And I don't know what to say about Lindsey Graham. We have to send him a giant something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Strippogram from a Chippendales dancer, something to say thank you.
What a phenomenally dumb move to make.
Yeah.
The entire, the DNC, the DCCC, need to be sending him edible arrangements or something like that because dumb. I mean, didn't anyone tell him that this is a bad idea? I mean, great for us. Please keep going, Lindsay. But I mean, as far as the Republicans go,
what are those penis flowers? Let's send him an edible arrangement.
Oh, yeah.
What are those flowers that look like penises? You know what I'm talking
I'm surprised
about.
they're not advertising on the show.
Right?
Yeah.
Cute.
I mean, that's a perfect
those
sponsor.
little lollipop ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. You were from Hawaii. You had. By the way, I tried your volcano wine yesterday. Finally.
Oh, you did.
He gave me volcano wine from Hawaii 3 years ago, and I haven't.
Right after. Yeah, it arrived right after she quit drinking.
And you
perfect timing.
You brought it up on the bike ride, and so it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did the Pinot Noir. It was fantastic. Thank you.
Good.
I had a glass.
Volcano
yesterday.
wineries. Yeah, volcano wineries. They're excellent.
Yeah, thank you. Do they come with penis flowers? I don't. Okay,
What are you
Well,
talking
there's
about?
always
Penis
next-
flowers?
someone knows what I mean. They're giant exotic flowers.
Someone will kiss your ass and tell you they know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen.
How is
Bob.
it that I know about that and Travis and Chris don't
Right?
know about the penis-shaped
Flowers.
things that you get in an arrangement? I
Because
don't
we
know
don't
why.
like
Why-
we just like the originals,
Why am I
not
aware
the
of
flowers.
There's
Yeah,
the
I
leaves,
don't like
and then the
flowers.
thing comes out like that. Okay.
An iris?
No. Bob, can I just say that tweet? Andrea Juncker said, I've said it once, I will say it 1,000 times. The treatment for an ectopic pregnancy, a septic uterus, or a miscarriage that your body won't release is abortion. If you can't get those abortions, you die. You die. So
That's right.
For Lindsey Graham or Family Research Council or anybody to say, "Oh, none of this is medically necessary," is
well, he
insane.
was also saying that fetuses feel pain at 15 weeks, which is absolute disinformation,
Yeah.
total nonsense, contradicted by all the experts. It's not. I mean, you don't need to be an obstetrician or a fetal biology expert to understand, or to go to Google and Google it and find out that fetuses don't really feel pain until the third trimester, sometime between 25 and 30 weeks,
Yeah.
because the pathways aren't fully formed yet. And by the way, in the third trimester, you can't have an abortion or before Roe was overturned, you couldn't have an abortion unless there was a threat to the life of the mother or some sort of catastrophic medical emergency.
Yeah.
So what Lindsey Graham is saying to justify this politically ridiculous plan that he's got to propose this legislation, it's wrong factually, it's wrong politically, it's wrong on every level. And
Yeah.
so naturally it's a Republican who's proposing it.
Yeah. Speaking of medical stuff, someone named Travis Bone.
Who?
I like when all my
Oh, he's
superheroes
cool. Yeah, I
collide
like him.
on the
Yeah.
internet.
I've heard of that guy.
He tweeted, so President Biden will be giving his cancer moonshot speech at the goal of reducing cancer deaths by 50%. How long before the GOP comes out as pro-cancer? And you said, it's not fair to people who've already had cancer, something, lesbian dance theory. That will be a version of what somebody on the right says today. Yes.
They will absolutely oppose that in every possible way. They'll be inventing new ways to support the idea of more people dying from cancer.
Yeah.
The Republicans will derp their way into being the pro-cancer party. Why? Because they're 6-year-olds. Because they have to take the opposite of whatever it is we're saying and then clown themselves in the process.
I said yesterday I thought that Rush Limbaugh would have left us much sooner after Michelle Obama told everyone to hydrate. Do you remember that meltdown? He's, don't tell me when to drink. I'll water. I'll drink when I'm ready. I was like, oh my God, if she talks about deep breathing and he just stops breathing, that will, I'm not going to breathe because you tell me to.
You can really rabbit season, duck season them into just about anything.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very, very easy to trick them that way. Just say, yeah, I'm totally, you know what? We're against cancer. Well, we're for cancer. What?
How dare you?
Huh?
That's not fair to cancer. By the way, by the way, they're becoming liberal helpers, aren't they? Sean Hannity just did a segment listing every single one of Trump's crimes. I guess the point was to say he's unfairly being prosecuted and not that proving the point that he's the biggest crook we've ever had in the office. Right. Somebody tweeted, how long till Sean Hannity realized what he did by listing out Trump's investigations? And you said, because what you really want to do is emphasize the criminality of your con man messiah. I mean, I'd
That's what he
forgotten
did.
some of them, but thank you, Sean. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's a handy reference sheet. I think we could each print that out and have that as show prep for any time we need to talk about Donald Trump. Thank you, Sean Hannity, for providing a comprehensive list of all the ridiculousness and criminality coming from your guy. I so appreciate it. I think we're all going to use that as reference material moving forward. It's just, you know what? It's like the Border Patrol tweets.
Yes.
It's like the border emergency tweets that they keep doing that I still can't figure out. Like, oh, yes, the Border Patrol under Joe Biden has seized record amounts of fentanyl at the border. They have captured record numbers of domestic terrorists or terrorists in general at the border. Why is Joe Biden so terrible at the border? None of that makes sense.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it's phenomenally dumb, and they keep doing it every day.
They're just,
They
it's like
can't stop.
they're being intentionally helpful right before the midterms, aren't they? Between
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham.
And by the way, still have not seen any of those tweets in any Democratic commercials. Because look, it's very simple. It's like the the little blurbs that they put in movie trailers. Like Ronna McDaniel says, Joe Biden seizes record amounts of meth at the border. Congratulations. Thank you, Ronna McDaniel. Chuck Grassley praises Joe Biden's border record, seizes record amounts of terrorists at the border.
Yeah.
It's all very helpful, and no one's using it. I'm surprised.
Yeah. President Biden said yesterday if Democrats lose Congress after the midterms, it's going to be a difficult 2 years. He'll be spending a lot of time with his veto pen. We're only going to get nonsense. I mean, all we're going to get is investigations of Hunter Biden's laptop, and we keep
Hillary.
joking about Hillary, but no Hillary. They won't investigate
Right,
Hillary
yeah.
again. Right.
Yeah. And speaking of nonsense, there's a very real chance that if the Republicans win the House, that it's not going to be Kevin McCarthy who's going to be Speaker. It could end up being Jim Jordan.
Oh, God.
And you want to talk about the endless clown car, the endless emptying clown car that will be the House of Representatives. If Jim Jordan becomes Speaker of the House, so I think Rick Wilson called it impeachment palooza. Is what's going to happen. They will impeach everybody. And starting at Joe Biden, and then they'll go down to Kamala Harris.
It'll be a version of what Jeff Berman's book says, SDNY was under Trump. We'll just be, let's just prosecute our political enemies for nothing because we have power.
In fact, I'm blaming my bike accident on Jeffrey Berman's book, because that's what I was telling you about when that guy showed up out of nowhere.
I was on vacation week, so you were actually, as America's newsman, you were filling me in when you went off into a ditch.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I normally do. Like on a Saturday, I'll just ride up and down that trail, briefing random strangers about what's happening in the news. Hi, I'm your newsman. I'll be joining you today for the next 5 minutes. Here's the latest on Jeffrey Berman.
Everyone's like, get away from me.
Time and temperature.
Get away from me, nerd. I'm trying to ride my bike. Did you have on your bingo card the pillow guy getting arrested at Hardee's drive-thru? Did you have that and his phone seized?
No, I didn't, but it's so appropriate because there's something metaphorical about that, because they're Hardee's level criminals. It's like Vladimir Putin is like Mastro's Steakhouse, and you go down the list of criminals down to Mike Lindell, and he's the Hardee's of political crime. Sorry, Hardee's. Okay. I'm just saying. Saying. There's a hierarchy.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Hardee's is not Mastro's.
He's not Arby's.
No.
He's not Arby's, but he is Hardee's.
Right.
Bob, it really you and I always say we marinate in this every day. We do shows every day. It is hard to keep up with the latest law breaking or what you think is going to get him first or not. Right? We just played Adam Kinzinger. We obviously talked to Jamie Raskin Saturday night about I almost feel like they're going to have to do a criminal referral because the criminality is so overwhelming. Do you know what I mean? New
things every day. I mean, Save America PAC is now under investigation by this grand jury in D.C. So the walls are closing in. Stephen Miller has been subpoenaed in all of that. There was this giant series of
in his coffin at daylight, or what?
In his coffin, yes, because if he goes out during the day, his skin will burn like an orc in Lord of the Rings. And that's always a danger that he has to contend with, and I feel so bad.
Yeah, they had to wait for daybreak. Yeah.
So sad. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But 40 different people in Trump's sphere get subpoenas the other day. Yeah. People's cell phones seized. You really hate to see it, don't you?
Yeah.
And now, and with the Mar-a-Lago espionage thing, the process now has been, well, let's see if we can add more crimes on top of that.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, maybe encouraging his own lawyer to lie to the FBI, just adding to the list. It's like, there's not enough crimes here. He's trying to set new records. And have we figured out what the hell happened at in Sterling the other day at Trump's golf course?
Oh my God.
Why?
Just right out of The Sopranos, right? You're just like, they're not playing golf. Oh, they're doing a little, let's walk around without listening devices. Yeah.
Right. And it's always safe to assume that something hinky is going on because that's
that's what happens in Trump.
Right to the benefit of the doubt on anything. So probably something fishy going on with that meeting, or he's just trying to unload the Sterling, Virginia golf course because he's broke. There's always that possibility. Any possibility is a good one.
Listen,
as far as I'm
Bob
concerned.
Cesca, Captain America, whose jewels I saved. You're welcome, America.
Yes. Thank you. Hero
Bob
of the
Cesca
day, Stephanie Miller.
Bob Cesca rules always apply. Don't get happy. Turn out in the midterms. Also, just Aaron Rupar tweeted, Glenn Greenwald claims to Tucker Carlson that POTUS is, quote, solidifying authoritarian powers on American soil. He's talking about Biden somehow, not the guy who tried to install himself in power. And you just said, nice to see Glenn finally landed on a sufficiently pliable audience willing to accept his obvious horse no one else was buying. And you just said we tried to warn the left as early as 2012-13 that Glenn's agenda hasn't changed in 14 plus years. Scramble the left-right paradigm until it's entirely burned to the ground. His ideology is unapologetic chaos. Exactly. Yeah. Same aims as Putin.
Stick with us. We were calling that. I saw Glenn Greenwald as transparent as saran wrap, at least 10, 12 years ago. And we try to warn people. I know there were others. I think you were even on board with that. And but of course, I ended up losing a lot of liberal followers when I was attacking Glenn Greenwald and seeing him for what he eventually revealed himself to be. And I guess the lesson is, make sure if we're calling someone, if we're giving someone the skunk eye, maybe that's
If you find yourself on Tucker Carlson's show doing Vladimir Putin's talking points, you're going the wrong way. You're not on the left.
Next summer will be, I think in June will be the 10th anniversary of the whole Snowden thing.
Yes.
So that's really when Glenn Greenwald's agenda, rose to the surface where you could very much see it. Yeah.
Filling in for Malcolm Nance today, who is in Ukraine. But yes, that's exactly what he would say. All right. Love you, Bob. Love your balls. We'll see you.
Love you too.
It's Outdoor Bike Day. Gonna miss you and your giant balls.